middle of the North Atlantic, and there's a massive oil tanker out here running from the US and being escorted by the Russian Navy. But here's the weird part, there's no oil on board. So what's going on? Let's rewind. This story starts with a tanker once called Bella 1. On paper, it was flagged in Guyana. In reality, it was part of a shadowy system moving sanctioned Iranian oil around the world. Then, in early January 2026, the ship basically changed identities at sea. New name, Marina. New paint, Russian flag. New registration, Russia. And that one change suddenly made it a lot harder for the U.S. to touch. Because under maritime law, a ship under a national flag has protection, especially when that flag belongs to Russia. But remember, the tanker is empty, and that matters. Because this isn't about what's inside the ship, it's about what the ship represents. See, Marina is part of what analysts called the Dark Fleet. Think of it as a loose network of over 1,000 old tankers that move sanctioned oil from places like Russia, Iran, and Venezuela. They switch names, turn off GPS, swap cargo in the middle of the ocean. It's like the black market, but for crude oil. Then, the U.S. first tried to seize this tanker in December 2025 near Venezuela, saying it was tied to illicit Iranian oil funding terrorist groups. The Coast Guard moved in, the crew resisted, and the ship bolted into the Atlantic. Since then, U.S. vessels, including a Legend-class cutter, have been trailing it across the ocean. As of January 7, 2026, the Marina is somewhere 230 to 300 miles off Ireland or south of Iceland, heading toward Murmansk in northern Russia, and U.S. forces are still watching. Then, Russia did something unusual. It sent a submarine and Northern Fleet ships to escort the tanker. This is not normal, because this ship wasn't Russian until it suddenly was. Moscow even rushed its registration, likely just to put legal armor plating around it. Russian state media is now posting videos from the tanker saying the U.S. is bullying a civilian ship. Meanwhile, experts warn if the U.S. boards now, it risks violating maritime law and escalating things. And here's where the plot thickens. This tanker drama is unfolding right after U.S. forces carried out strikes and a raid in Venezuela, capturing President Nicolás Maduro. Maduro wasn't just another leader. He was one of Russia's closest allies in Latin America. Billions in arms deals, oil partnerships, strategic influence. So his fall? That's a huge loss for Moscow. So many analysts see this tanker escort as Russia flexing. It's symbolic. It says, we still protect our interests, even at sea, even far from home. So, big question. Are we sliding toward a U.S.-Russia showdown? Probably not. Both sides know how dangerous that would be. This looks more like high-stakes signaling, not the beginning of war. But the risk here isn't strategy, it's miscalculation. You've got U.S. ships, Russian escorts, a legally questionable tanker, and decades of political baggage, all floating together in the North Atlantic. So,
All right, Shalom. I'd like to start off by saying, Call Halayim La Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, by Shem Harakak Wadash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone, double honors to my elder apostle of the well, Hirawan Banyar Charlotte down here in the Lions Den camp. Salutations to the icon of the pushing the truth, sincerity, and truth, and peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, I'm Chanax and Banyar Charlotte from the Lions Den Yashar camp. This is gonna be a quick Lions Den news and prophecy. This is dealing with some uh like oil tankers that were I think they were there are two articles. One said that the United States seized an oil tanker, and the other one said this one. It says Russian warships intervened to protect vessel pursued by U.S. amid escalating war tensions. All right, so let's read this one first, and we'll probably go into the next one. All right, this is a picture of U.S. strikes in Caracas, Venezuela. Like in the video I did yesterday, when when Trump was talking about Greenland, how he said like when they invaded Venezuela, how it was very bad. There were some bad moments. It was really bad, like bloody moments. Like he said that, you know, he's like Maduro did the right thing because it would have got even uglier. They were planning to kill this man right then and there. Now Trump's talking shit about oh talking shit about what Iran, Greenland, Colombia, um and Mexico, right? But Colombia said, "Come get me." Colombia said they got something for Trump and his forces. He said, "Come get me." I got to do a lesson on that. But this is dealing with yeah, man. Yeah, Neuro 47. He's man. He's going all in. This is beautiful. It's really like mind blowing to like really be living in these times right now. We like really watching major prophecies like unfold right before our eyes, just like how the Lord said, man. You know what I'm saying? It's really awesome. All right. It says Russia has deployed warships to shield an oil tanker that the United States was allegedly gearing up to capture. The vessel, formerly called Bella 1, has now been rechristened Marinier and reportedly switched its flag from uh, Guyana to Russia. The tanker has been in the crosshairs since last month when the U.S. Coast Guard tried to board it in the Caribbean waters after securing a warrant over uh, suspected breaches of U.S. sanctions and allegations that the ship had been hauling Iranian oil. The mission fell flat when the vessel abruptly altered its trajectory. It says the drama played out amid escalating friction between Washington and Caracas. Oh, wait, first of all, I don't think I did this first. Let's read this real quick. The second Ezra 15:1 says, "Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written on paper, for they are faithful and true." So that's exactly why we do these lessons, man, to get warning of what's coming uh, from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, it says, the drama played out amid escalating frictions between Washington and Caracas last month. U.S. President Donald Trump unveiled that the characterized that he characterized as a blockade of sanctioned oil tankers moving in and out of Venezuela, a strategy the Venezuelan administration slammed as theft. It comes after a lip reader exposed the chilling three-word promise that Donald Trump whispered into Vladimir Putin's ear. I wonder what that was. It says, in the run-up of the United States capture of former Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro on Saturday, January 3rd, Trump repeatedly pointed fingers at Venezuela's government for exploiting sea lanes to funnel drugs into the United States. As the confrontation heats up, military Russia's foreign ministry declared it anticipates Western nations to honor the principle of freedom of navigation, highlighting the expanding global scope of the conflict. Right. Like, can't nobody even, like, America done turned into pirates. Like, can't nobody even, you know, you know, can't nobody even go in the water no more because of America. First of all, they spread themselves out all over the land. Now they're taking over the water. They said now they got a space force. They're taking over space and the air. They're trying to rule control everything. It says as the tanker passes on through the North America on the North America North Atlantic, Russia claims it is monitoring the situation with concern and has blasted the U.S. and NATO for subjecting the vessel to clearly disproportionate examination. It says in official statement, Russia's foreign ministry declared the vessel is navigating international waters, flying the Russian flag, and conducting operations in full compliance with international maritime law. Right? They don't care about that. Just like how America says they got veto over the UN Security Council. Like they got veto power over them, so they don't have to abide by them. It says Moscow further stated that it anticipates Western countries will honor the principle in actual practice. Regardless of the diplomatic cautionary messages, U.S. military leadership indicated their readiness to take action. U.S. Southern Command announced via social media that it remains ready to assist other American agencies in addressing sanctioned ships transiting in the area. It says our sea service are vigilant, agile, and postured to track vessels of interest. The command declared, "When the call comes, we will be there." It comes after Trump posted a provocative Putin photo after the Russian leader made him look weak. Wow. Well, so can't nobody go in the L. Can't nobody go on the land. So like Esau don't want nobody to have nothing. But this is what is expected in these times, man. You know, he's gonna get more and more and more and more in greed. He's gonna try to push to get that new world order set up, man. And these are the pieces that they're moving around to do so. They're getting everything set up for the end all tell all, but don't even understand it's Yahweh Shimei Shai setting them up to do that. See that? So I just want to speak on that a little bit. Um, we'll see more of that come. Well, and also I was looking for an article. It said something about China and Russia being ready to put boots on the ground to stop the invasion of America taking over, allegedly to stop the invasion of America taking over Venezuelan oil. They don't want the United States to have control over it, so they're ready to go to war about it. Got to find that article again, and Lord willing, put that out. But Lord willing, this lesson to edify and serve the purpose for the hopeful elect, the ones that truly believe in the name Yahweh Shema Shai. With that, like say, call Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Harikak Radash Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone, and double honors to our elder apostle as well, the Herawan Bani Yashar, down on the lines in camp. Salutations to the Arkham that are pushing the truth, the sincerity, and truth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name Yahweh Shema Shai. Shalom.